On this very important topic of the law of karma, to sum it up, we would like to say a few things. As finally said, there is no God out there to write your fate here. Okay. You write through your own past. God has made me like this. In that sentence, remove the word God. You must put your past karma. My past karma has made me like this. So, if you remove the word God and put the word my past karma, then you are speaking of spiritual science. If you are putting the word God, then you are not speaking spiritual science. So, my dear friends, Buddha removed the word God and put karma, law of karma there. Then the whole scene changes. We want to give the credit to some God or throw the blame on some God. It is not possible. You have to take the credit to yourself. You have to take the blame also on yourself. So, you create your own greatness or you create your own stupidity. You create your own sanity or you create your own insanity. You are responsible. Not somebody else. Not some invisible force. Not your creator. So, when you remove the word God, wherever there is God, remove the word God and put my past karma. Then you get it. God has created me. God has not created you. Your past karma has created you. Now we are all here in this room. Who has created this situation? Your own past karma created your present situation. If you have not done meditation, if you have not received the information about this IFSS, you would not be here. Many people who don't know anything about this, they are not here. They are not here because they have not become informed of it. So, your own past karma has determined your current situation. And your current karma will define your future situations. So, who is the creator? Who is the sustainer? Who is the destroyer? Who is the Brahma? Who is the Vishnu? Who is the Shiva? Your karma is the Vishnu. Your karma is the Shiva. Your karma is the Brahma. You create your reality, you sustain your reality, and you also end your reality. One girl wants to marry, so she has to select another husband and go to another place. It is because of her decision. She moves away from the parents and goes to another house. She has created that situation. If she does not want to marry, she will not go anywhere. She will stay only with the parents. Isn't it? So, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, creator, sustainer, destroyer. Creator of a situation, sustainer of a situation, destroyer of the situation, transformation of the situation, all because of your own choices. As you choose, so you become. Everything is your choice. After lunch, you could have gone home, but yet you have stayed back. So when you stayed back, you listen to some more wisdom. If you go back, okay, you don't want wisdom. You want sleep. Now you don't want sleep, you want wisdom. You will get wisdom. Remove the word God and put law of karma. Then you will have spiritual science. Spiritual science is essentially law of karma. The more you are a spiritual scientist, the more you talk about law of karma. You study law of karma. You explain law of karma. You exhort law of karma. You propagate law of karma. In the pyramid spiritual society movement, there is no word God. There is law of karma. Buddha never used the word God. For Buddha, there is no Rama, there is no Krishna, there is no Vishnu, there is no Brahma, there is no Ishvara. And there is only karma for Buddha. As you think, so you become. As you speak, so you become. As you eat, so you become. As you interact with others, so you become. As you listen to others, so you become. As you see others, so you become. See, the word God, God, does not exist in spiritual science. It does not exist. If the word God, God, tell me one more thing. India is a big country. Who is ruling India? Prime Minister or President? Who is ruling? Nobody is ruling nobody. They are all doing their jobs. One man goes, another man comes. Nobody is ruling India. Nobody is ruling. Manmohan Singh is not ruling Shankar Narayan. He is not ruling. In no way is concerned. Manmohan Singh is no way concerned with Shankar Narayan. So, creators of many galaxies, they are no way concerned with you and me. We are independent entities. Our story is because of ourselves. Our existence is because of ourselves. Manmohan Singh has got no influence on any other Indian. He is doing a job. Finance Minister is doing a job. Chief Minister is doing a job. Collector is doing a job. They are not ruling over anybody. There is no ruler. You rule yourself. You mold yourself. You make yourself or you mar yourself. Either you progress because of you or you sit back because of you. If you want leisure, you sit back. If you want work, you will work hard. Depends upon you. Where you want to be, how you want to be. In spiritual science, you will never find the word God. G-O-D does not exist. What does exist? Law of karma. When you can remove from your mind, see, since our childhood, we have been God. Worship God, pray God, beg God. He will give you. He has created you. He writes you are here. Brahma writes here. No, we have been brought up in such things. But when you become an intelligent soul, when you think for yourself, when you study spiritual science, when you do meditation, what happens is that all these things goes away and the law of karma comes. The more you think of God, the more religious you are. But the more you think of law of karma, the more scientific you are. If you want to be scientific, it's your choice. If you don't want to be scientific, it's again your choice. If you want to be scientific, you will go this way. If you don't want to be scientific, you will go another way. Your future is always created by your present. Your past has always been created by your own past. And past, present, future will always be there. There will be never a time when there is no future. There will be never a time when there is no present. Present is always there, future is always there. What you think, what you desire, what you contemplate, what you receive, what you listen to, what you study, what you eat, all these things are inputs, creating their own corresponding outputs. So, spiritual scientists always talk of karma, law of karma. You have done like this before, therefore you are reaping this today. If you are doing this today meditation, you will reap that tomorrow. If you eat chicken and mutton, you will have so many problems. If you help other souls, you will have so many good things. It's up to you. Your own past free will is your current destiny. Your current free will is your future destiny. So, my dear friends, remove from your mind that there is somebody sitting over you, writing your destiny. There is no God over you. You are the God for yourself. I am the God for myself. Rajanji is the God for himself. We constantly reap what we sow. If we do meditation, if you open your third eye, your future will be different. If you don't do meditation, if you don't open your third eye, your future will be different. So, meditation burns all sanchita karmas. How do you burn all the karmas? Then you are free of the karma. Karma is another word for destiny. So, burning all the karmas is only through meditation. When you achieve oneness with everybody. Through meditation, we go into that consciousness where we are one with everybody. So when we go to that state of consciousness, then all the past karmas are burned. So there is no seed to give a sprout. The seed is burned. From the outside, the seed is there, but from the inside, the seed is burned. Finally, to conclude on the karma, one statement, Muktabhimani muktohi baddho baddhabhimanyapi kim vadantiha satyayam ya matihi sa gatir bhavet. This is from Ashtavakra Gita. Muktabhimani. Mukti means enlightenment. Abhimani means one who wants. Muktabhimani muktohi. A man who wants enlightenment will become enlightened. Muktabhimani muktohi. Baddho baddhabhimanyapi. Baddho means bondage. A man who wants bondage will become bonded. A man who wants enlightenment will become enlightened. Ya matihi sa gatir bhavet. As your mind is, so your destiny. Gati is destiny, mati is mind. Ya matihi sa gatir bhavet. As your mind is, so your destiny. Your destiny depends upon your mind. Your mind is another word for free will. Your mind is another word for free will. Gati is destiny. What happens in the future? Mati is in the present. Your choice is in the present. So, ya matihi sa gatir bhavet. So, this is the great statement on law of karma from Ashtavakra Gita. I want everybody to remember this. This is all the law of karma in one shloka by Ashtavakra Gita.
Divine evening, everyone. So let's prepare ourselves to go into the meditation. So sit in your most comfortable position. Cross your legs, clasp your fingers, and if you're wearing specs, just remove it and gently close your eyes for the meditation. Just be with your natural inward and outward breath. Witness it. Observe it.
ओके माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, हम धीरे धीरे से ध्यान अवस्था से बाहर निकलेंगे. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. दोनों हाथों को जोड़ लें और अपनी आंखों पे लगा लें. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. अभी हम धीरे धीरे से अपनी आंखें खोलेंगे माय डियर फ्रेंड्स. हो सके तो आप सब अपनी अपनी वीडियो ऑन कर दें. प्लीज स्विच ऑन योर वीडियोस. Hello, my dear friends, my dear masters, my dear gods. Welcome to day 11 of Holistic Buddha. I hope all of you have been benefiting a lot by attending these sessions, learning a lot, gaining a lot of insight onto all these concepts that these two beautiful ladies are presenting. And today, my dear friends, I'd like to take a little bit of time, borrow some time from Asha to explain about swag and another campaign which we have recently started. I have been a vegetarian since I was born, and I have chosen a plant-based life from November 2018. And since then, I have, quit all the animal-based products. And then in November 2020, I started this foundation or this movement called SWAG, which is called Save Water and Go Green. As I have already explained earlier, Save Water, Go Green has 3 objectives. First one is to save water and all the natural resources. And the second one is to adopt plant-based living, for which this program has been set up. And the third one is to plant trees. We need to plant as many trees as possible to make our earth green again. By adopting plant-based living, we will reduce the animal agriculture which is happening across the globe, in the most violent and the most cruel manner. And in November 2022, we have started yet another beautiful campaign. And before I speak about it, I would like to show you the video.
Disturbing case of animal cruelty and neglect busted thanks to an anonymous tip.
Animals are pushed to their limits, being seen abused, tormented, kicked and punched. Cows and calves are forced to live in unbearable conditions with urine and feces. The walls were still covered.
Have you ever given it a thought? Wherever we go, disasters follow. Natural calamities, catastrophes, cyclones, earthquakes. Why do you think these things happen? How we have become so spiritually uneducated that we have forgotten our roots and our divine connection with Mama Gaia, our Mother Earth. How have we forgotten we drank from the very soil of this beautiful goddess? How the trees became our shade and whole of nature became our inner compass. Save animals will not only become the voice of the voiceless, but it will also bring massive waves of change to turn tables 360 degrees. This is not our hope, but our faith, our trust. We can't wait for you to come and join hands with us and be a part of this great shift. So my dear friends, I welcome you all to be a part of this great movement called Save Animals, which is global initiative by PSSM from SWAG. Save Animals objective is to free all the animals, all species from all kinds of slavery.
Save animals.
So many animals are being made to suffer, to carry our luggage, to entertain us, to be served as food for us, to have something as our protein, our vitamin. Being captive is cruelty. So in this way, we are making all the animals suffer unnecessarily. Let us all respect the animal kingdom, respect the plant kingdom, respect the mineral kingdom, and respect Mother Earth, my dear friends.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Animals are not products. Animals are not objects. Animals are not machines. Animals are not entertainment. Animals are not experimentation. Animals are not our food. Animals are our friends, my dear friends. So let us welcome the entire animal kingdom into our heart. Let's embrace, let's include the entire animal kingdom. Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
A global initiative by PSSM from SWAG, my dear friends.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animal. Please save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals.
Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals. Save animals.
Save animals.
Let's become the voice of the voiceless.
So, my dear friends, that is a brand new initiative which we have started. And most of us over here are new. So I'd like to reintroduce myself. My name is Patriji, and I have started meditation since I was a very young person. And my guru, my teacher, my guide, my philosopher, my friend is my father, Brahmashri Pitamaha Patriji. And I'm his elder daughter. So we have started this program so that we save animals. We save our own health. We save Mother Earth. So to become better in our physical body, in our emotional body, and our mental body, and to serve humanity, to protect animals, to protect Mother Earth, we need to turn into plant-based. We have no right to use an animal's body for whatsoever reason. We deem or we tell ourselves, I am an animal lover. Today, I want you to be on one side. Either you're an animal lover or an animal user. Which side are we on? If we love someone, we will not use them for our selfish purposes. If we are using them, then we are not loving them. And I do not have any right, whatsoever may be the reason, to use another being's body for myself. So that is what Save Animals is all about. Save Animals includes all the animal kingdom, the entire animal kingdom. And we refer to them as it. Let's address them as individuals, sentient beings, living sentient beings who can breathe, who have emotions, who have relationships, who have a family. Whether it be for food, whether it be for your plate, for your glass, for what you wear, what you use, what you do anything, let's keep all the animals away from us. Let them live freely, just like you and me want to live freely. Let's avoid leather, silk, wool, fur, and animal tested products. That is only if we are animal lovers. Let us not choose to ride animals. Let us choose to ride vehicles. Let us not choose to use an animal in any which way. They are not born to serve us. They are not born to do something for us. They are not born to die for us. They are not born to serve us. Who am I to decide what they are born for? So, my dear friends, I would like to urge and request everyone to please save animals. We have all come from the mineral kingdom, from the plant kingdom, from the animal kingdom to the human kingdom. And as we have evolved through all those stages and become a human being, it's our responsibility to do whatever small bit that we can do for all these three kingdoms. So let's do our bit. Let's be conscious in our decisions, what we choose to eat, drink, wear, or use. Animals are not products, animals are not objects, animals are not entertainment, animals are not experimentation, animals are our slaves, animals are not machines, animals are our friends. That is all I wanted to share here with you, my dear friends. Let's save animals. You can put in the chat box, whoever is agreeing to this campaign, let us all bring more and more awareness for the animals. We make all the donkeys and horses carry our luggages, sports, racings. We keep the animals in a zoo. Do not visit zoos. Do not fund such violence. Do not fund cruelty. Do not fund animal enslavement. Thank you very much, my dear friends. Thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you. So now I'd like to request my lovely angel, Asha Shivram, to please come over and take the stage to further help you in how you can make your health better, by choosing plant-based food. I know that many of us have been asking questions as to what if this is happening, when can I reverse my health and all that. So I want to tell you just one tidbit on that. So whatever we have suffering, all the diseases are because of our own doings to our own self. So if we do meditation, we will lessen the karma because we will expand the understanding and consciousness. If we are more loving towards all the animals, we stop the violence towards them. And thereby your bad karma stops towards the animals. So please keep a check or a watch on your karma, on the present karma, because that will be your future. Yes, Asha, thank you so much for giving me this time, and it's all yours now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Parinita ji, for such a heartful, wonderful message. It was really touching. And yeah, there are so many aspects of our life where we do not think about the innocent victims, which are the animals. So this message hopefully will prompt people to think more about the fate of animals. And being healthy is a very important part of saving animals, because a lot of pharmaceutical drugs are tested on animals before they are released into the market. So our commitment to becoming healthy, to eating natural foods, to eating plant-based foods is also a commitment to saving animals. So on that note, let me start today's session. So today we have a slightly lengthy session. Today is all about therapies. So we are not going to be talking much about food today. We are going to be talking about some other elements of nature which are equally important as food in our journey to good health. So we are going to be covering a lot of therapies in today's session. So the first thing I wanted to cover was heliotherapy or solar therapy. So in today's lifestyle, a typical day, especially for women, probably a normal household woman or even a working woman with householder responsibilities would begin, let's say at 6 a.m. she gets up, and then she has to prepare, the breakfast and pack the lunch dabbas for the children, send the children off to school. And by the time it's already 8 or 8:30, then she sits down to have a breakfast. And then she has to log in to do some work. And then soon it is lunchtime, she has her lunch. Maybe if she's going to office to work, so she has to catch her bus, let's say by 9 o'clock. Then she's in the office whole day long. And then she returns home by 5:30. So she has to get back to the kitchen to, follow the routine again of preparing dinner for the family, supervising the homework, or maybe she heads out to the gym in the evening for a little bit of training. And then she's again in the kitchen or in the house, relaxing with family and then watching some TV, and the day is over. So for most of the people today living in cities, sunlight has become a casualty, right? Because we never need to see the sun. Today, everything is happening online. Classes like this are online. Shopping is online. Food shopping is also online. Grocery delivery is online. You can even meet your doctor through teleconsultation. Like, so many things have changed in the recent past, right? And our homes are so comfortable today. We have everything we need inside our homes. So we never need to step out. And in fact, many people today are also having allergies, due to which they fear getting out in the sun, Added to this, there is extra hype created by, let's say, the pharma industry that sunlight causes cancer, causes extreme tanning of skin, and all those things. So, today we are living a life with a lot of deficit of sunlight. But actually, if you see in nature, in those areas of the earth where there is less sunlight or no sunlight, there is not much life. So same thing happens within our body. The less we expose ourselves to sunlight, the less alive we feel and the less life force we have within our body. Sunlight makes everything flourish. If you see, the greatest diversity of species on this planet is seen in the tropical areas of the world. That is where the maximum amount of sunlight falls, right? So sunlight drives the weather, ocean currents, seasons, and climates. Similarly, sunlight also drives the fluid systems in our body, the blood, the lymphatic system, and all the other, even including the nerve force of our body, has a great correlation with the amount of sunlight we get on our body. So actually, sunlight is the primary source of energy on the earth. It is the same sunlight which is captured by plants, which are the primary producers. Remember, we learned this in high school in our science lesson. And then the primary producers are eaten by the animals, who become the secondary consumers. And then so on, it goes along the food chain. So without sunlight, the whole food system will collapse. So you can also see that, as I said, where there is low sunlight, there is less diversity and thriving of life. So this should tell us that how much our body is adapted to sunlight. Actually, we are supposed to be tropical animals because we have evolved from apes. Our body needs sunlight, and especially Indian skin, which is darker, needs more exposure to sunlight to thrive really well. If you see people, especially in African countries, right, you can observe how radiant their skin is, how shiny and how radiant they look, right? So that is because they spend a lot of time outdoors and they enjoy good sunlight and they live a simple life. So it is the same thing. We should relearn whatever we have forgotten and bring this important energy back into our life. So what happens with low sunlight exposure? So for a few weeks or a few months, probably you will not notice much because, as I explained in yesterday's session, the body is an amazing machine. It is capable of storing up enough reserves. So whatever is deficient and you are not giving in good measure, the body can make up from its stored reserves. But over time, chronic less exposure to natural elements, especially sunlight, can cause development of chronic issues. So over time, things like cancer, diabetes, obesity, osteoporosis, which is weakening of bones, depression, cognitive impairment, autoimmune conditions, hormonal imbalances, nervous issues, and many more conditions develop. And we keep looking for the solution everywhere else in pills and syrups except for our living conditions. So, as I had explained at the beginning of my health journey, I used to suffer from anxiety and irritable bowel disease. And that was primarily because at that time I was living in London and I had gone there in the winter season. So I had taken sunlight for granted in India. And in winter, I hardly went out because I was still not used to the extreme cold there. So I spent a lot of time indoors, and soon enough, my digestive system collapsed, and I started developing, extreme mood swings and eventually anxiety. And it used to go away during the spring season, right? I'm sure most of you have experienced this kind of condition, that in the cold season, many things slow down. So it is because of the lack of exposure to sunlight, one of the reasons. Low exposure to sunlight also causes lower calcium absorption and disturbance of the circadian rhythm. Remember, yesterday we spoke about the circadian rhythm, the 24-hour cycle which goes on in the body. The first 8 hours dedicated to elimination, the next 8 hours to digestion, and the last 8 hours to assimilation. So, without getting the sunlight in the morning, how will your body know what time of the day it is? The body senses everything based on ambient light and temperature. It cannot work with artificial lights. So, when the circadian rhythm is disturbed, many things go for a toss. The digestion goes for a toss, constipation issues may occur, acidity, bloating, deficiencies, many things, because the circadian rhythm is not working properly, including sleep issues. So it also results in slower healing in chronic phase and weak muscles. So in the chronic phase, remember Smita had told about acute phase and chronic phase. She will explain that again tomorrow. So chronic phase of a disease is when disease has progressed further ahead. For example, irritation, inflammation, ulceration, induration, all those things in stages of disease. So when the body is already in a chronic stage, it is not much capable of absorbing much nutrition from food. So the primary nutrition has to come from sunlight and air. Okay, because those are easily assimilated by the body and it bypasses the digestion. So that is why when you go to naturopathy center, nature cure centers for treatment, they make people who are very weak, who are very sick, take sunbath for 2 to 3 hours every day. That is like the minimum time. So they experience faster recovery. Even weak muscles become stronger by exposure to more sunlight. If you see many athletes, they really vouch by exercising outdoors. They believe in exposing their body to sunlight every day because they know the secret that exposure to sunlight helps develop stronger muscles. Now, what about supplements? So you may say, I really don't have the time for all these things. I am just going to pop a vitamin D pill and take care of the any deficiencies which may happen, right? So probably this is also what has been prescribed to you, and it's like very convenient, right? You just need to pop a pill and continue with indoor living. But actually, cholesterol under the skin absorbs light to make vitamin D. And vitamin D is not a vitamin, actually, it's a hormone. So, without proper testing and adjusting levels, it is very easy to over supplement, and excess vitamin D is actually very toxic for the body. So, it is better that we get our vitamin D from sunlight. Actually, body orchestrates or handles the balance of all the vitamins in the body. And frankly, human intelligence has not advanced to such a level that we have found all the components of sunlight. It is so complex, it is so subtle that we don't know exactly what is there in sunlight and how our body is making use of it. So, vitamin D is just one small component. So, we have just isolated that and we are saying, okay, this should be the value of vitamin D. This is how much supplement you have to take. If you are deficient in so much, this is your dosage. But actually, all these values, right, they keep changing every decade. So, for example, researchers will say, okay, this dosage is very less, we need to increase the dosage. Or tomorrow there will be a research which says, no, those ranges were much higher, actually lower range is better. So it is always better to depend on a natural source, because then we are not interfering with the body's natural intelligence, and the body will control or make exactly how much is needed, because the body can synthesize what is needed with natural elements. So, for example, let's say somebody has a vitamin D deficiency. So, if they just, I'm just giving an example, so time periods may vary. If they just do proper intermittent fasting for a couple of months, eat clean, take whatever little sunlight is available, take plenty of rest, in many cases, they see that their vitamin levels, vitamin D levels, go up even without supplements. So, how did this happen? What happened inside the body? It means the body's intelligence has understood that there is some deficiency of whatever we call as vitamin D, and it has created that from within based on whatever natural inputs we have given the body. Just like a juicy orange is made by a tree just with sunlight, air, water, and soil. Same way, our body is an alchemist and it can make what is missing. So, there is actually no need of supplementing with vitamin D. So, how to ensure that you are getting enough vitamin D on your body is the best time to take sunlight is early morning and late evening. So, that is the time when the sunlight is not too harsh and you can sense that there is a special energy at this time. Especially in the morning time, the trees are just waking up, the photosynthesis has started, the air is fresh, and there is gentle sunlight coming up. So that is the best time to be outdoors, watch nature, and absorb sunlight. So wearing light porous clothes is recommended, especially cotton clothes, so that the sunlight can reach all parts of your body. It is better to wear shorts and sleeveless dresses so that you can expose your body as much as possible. So at least take 20 minutes of sunlight in the morning and evening. So how do you manage this in a busy day, like how I explained, right? So you're a busy mom or you're a busy father with a lot of office work. So how do I manage this? You can find different activities which you can do outdoors. For example, there is a friend of ours who has set up his workstation outdoors in his balcony, or sometimes he even works in his garden, so that he gets, under the shade of the tree, so that he gets fresh air and sunlight, and he is also connected to nature and is also connected to the earth. You can take calls. So many of us take multiple calls in a day, right? So you can choose to take calls outdoors, or if you are cutting vegetables, so which is going to be a lot on this lifestyle, right? Because you have to make plenty of salads, you have to make juices, you have to cut fruits. So all these things you can choose to do outdoors. You can even enjoy your smoothies or juices or your salad just sitting amidst nature, and that is going to be an entirely different, beautiful experience. So it is also good to combine it with an activity like gardening, exercise, talking, walking. So if you're meeting a friend, instead of meeting them in a closed cafe where it's air conditioned, why not meet up at the park? Both of you can carry some fruits and you can decide to meet up at a local park and talk. And if you finished your shopping, you can round it off with a stroll around the park. So always try to find some ways in which you can squeeze at least 20 minutes of time outdoors. I'm sure we can always find that. If we cut down just on our mobile time, I'm sure we can find a lot of it. So those of you who wear glasses, it is advisable to remove glasses and spend time outdoors in sunlight, so that even your eyes can absorb the sunlight. So remember, you cannot get sunlight through a closed window. Whatever you get through glass is not suitable. If you really can't go outside, maybe you are somebody who is in a wheelchair, or maybe you have somebody at home who is bedridden, then open the window and allow sunlight to stream in through the window and allow them to expose their body to sunlight. They will see a lot of benefit from that. And in the weekend, when you have more time, instead of spending time by watching movies, or going mall shopping, it is better to do some outdoor activity like going for a hike, or let's say visiting a nice place of worship, maybe visiting Pyramid Valley, which has a lot of outdoor greenery, something like that, which has greenery and you can get plenty of sunlight. So these are just some ideas. I'm sure you can come up with your own creative ideas. We just need to have the intention, and the universe will show the way. So one thing I also forgot to mention is that sunlight is also a great painkiller, and it's like a natural antiseptic. So those of you who are facing a lot of pains, just regular exposure to sunlight will equalize circulation and you will see a lot of relief with pain. Okay, next one is hydrotherapy. So hydrotherapy is using water for healing purposes. So water has healing powers. Remember, Smita said, right? 70% of our body is water. So we are more liquid than solid. You can see the different percentages of water in our body. And hydrotherapy is a very ancient technique which has been used in many countries around the world primarily for pain relief. So it is the art of applying water at different temperatures to help the body heal, to reduce pain, to reduce discomfort, to equalize circulation and strengthen the body. So the advantage is, because water has the ability to carry heat, it is capable of equalizing the body heat. It provides relief from pain by dispersion of congestion. It improves blood circulation and improves the functioning of all organs. Actually, all these natural elements, if you really look at them in the spiritual, with the spiritual angle, right, they all have an intelligence of their own, and they carry that intelligence of nature in them, and they know exactly how to help us if we use it with the right intention. Hydrotherapy is also used in many physiotherapy places. I'm sure you must have seen that, especially for children or people who have muscle weakness, uh, they advise them to you do many underwater therapies, right? So that is also a form of hydrotherapy. So hydrotherapy is actually a very vast topic, and it's not possible to go through all the different hydrotherapy techniques and explain the theory in detail. It requires detailed knowledge. It requires a competent naturopath to apply the proper conditions, proper technique depending on the condition of the person. So we are just going to mention a few things here. So one of the simplest ways in which you can use hydrotherapy at home is what is known as the abdomen wet pack. So what is the abdomen wet pack? Is you basically, like you see in the picture here, you have to take a cotton cloth, a porous cotton cloth, thin cotton cloth. So you can use an old towel or an old dupatta, or you can even buy abdomen wet pack, which many companies are selling on the internet now. So you have to dip the cloth in cold water where the temperature is below the body temperature, quite cool, so between 12 to 18 degrees, and squeeze it to remove the excess water, and then wrap it around your abdomen like it is shown. So the navel should be in between the width of the cloth, right? So apply it around the waist 3 to 4 times. And if you want to continue your work, you can do. So you apply another woolen cloth or another thick dry cloth on top of this wet cloth. Put on your shirt and you can continue your chores. Keep it on at least for 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes. You can do it twice a day. So the only condition is you should apply it when your stomach is empty. And as long as the cloth is on your abdomen, you cannot eat or drink anything. Okay, so what is this therapy going to do is, the abdomen is an area in which a lot of important organs are housed, right? Like the stomach, the intestines, the liver, the pancreas, the spleen, and all those. So this area usually suffers from congestion because we have lived a life of excess, right? So there are gut imbalances, there's a lot of old food still, there's acidity, bloating, and a lot of disturbance in that area. So the wet therapy helps to equalize the body heat. So there is a lot of heat developed there because of acidity and toxins. So what this does is, whenever a cold touches the skin, there is constriction of the cells of the skin. So the pores of the skin close up. So all the blood rushes inwards. So the organs which are housed in the abdomen get a nice bath of the blood and they get a lot of nutrition. So this way, any congestion in that area is removed, any heat which is there is dispersed. And as we keep doing this over time, there is an improvement in the functionality of these organs. So many of you suffering from chronic constipation, acidity, bloating, menstrual issues, right? Even migraines, all these things, especially we say that many of our health problems arise from the gut. So just applying this and doing it consistently, let's say for a period of 2-3 months on a daily basis, gives a lot of benefit. And it's a very simple therapy, right? It has no side effects. Anybody can apply it at home and you can get the benefit. So in winter season, it may be tough for you to get used to it. So what you can do is initially take some warm water and apply it on your abdomen and get used to that temperature, and then immediately put this cold wet trap. It just for a second or two, it will appear very cold, but eventually your body's heat is going to warm up the cloth. And actually, when you remove the cloth, it will be quite warm. So please try it out and let us know how you feel. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, I don't know what happened. Just give me a minute. I think the order got messed up. It has gone forward. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So we finished this, and now is the next one. This is known as contrast hydrotherapy or hot and cold hydrotherapy. So this can be done either by immersing the painful body part in water of different temperatures, or you can dip a cloth in the water in different temperatures and wrap it around that body part. So what is needed in this therapy is you need to have two containers of water, one quite cold water and one hot water. Both should be bearable, okay, bearable temperatures. And first immerse the painful part. Let's say somebody has arthritis and it's they have arthritis in their fingers and it's very painful. So they can put their finger first in the hot water for 3 minutes, and then immediately after 3 minutes put it in the cold water. So that is one round. Like that you have to repeat 4 rounds, which will cover a total of 16 to 20 minutes. Okay, so during this period, if the hot water becomes cold or the cold water becomes warm, you have to be ready to adjust the temperature again. So keep some hot water handy so that you can keep the temperature of the hot water at the correct temperature. Okay, so repeat this whole process at least 3 to 4 times a day. Repeat it for a few weeks and you will see benefit of this. So you can even, let's say you are having pain in your legs, you can even do this by immersing your whole feet in the water. The only contraindication here is that if you have neuropathy or if you have diabetes, where the sensation in the feet is not that good, then we advise you not to use this, because you will not be able to judge how hot the water is or how cold it is. Otherwise, anybody can do this kind of therapy. So this is another simple therapy you can do. Like this, there are many other therapies which are there, but it is too vast a topic to cover it in a small time frame. For example, if somebody is having migraine, keeping a cold cloth at the base of the neck for a few minutes is supposed to help disperse the congestion due to which migraine is caused, and temporarily you will find a relief with the migraine. So remember that no hydrotherapy should be continued for an indefinite period. These are all supportive mechanisms for you to manage pain and discomfort on your journey to get well. The primary means of healing is through your spiritual work, through your diet control and connection to nature. But these are some supportive things you can do, non-invasive things you can do along the way to keep up on the path, and so that you do not give up midway and fall back to medicines. Okay, so this concluded hydrotherapy. Next comes rest therapy. So it is very, very obvious what is rest therapy, but it is so obvious that we take it for granted, right? How many of you frequently cut back on rest and sleep? Can you write on the chat? I raise my hands. I am guilty of that. Yes. Some of you are saying I do. Especially, I think women. Yeah, even men, if they have a lot of work. And many a times when we are ill, even if we want to take rest, we are not able to take rest, right? Okay, so let's see how we can address that. So why is rest therapy important is that the nervous system gets exhausted after a period of time. We cannot continue to withdraw from what we have in our reserve. I think Smita has covered the vitality of our body the vital energy of our body on one of the days, in which she explained how this vital energy keeps decreasing and how we have to periodically fill it up with proper rest through meditation and all the other means. So, what happens is we don't even know that lack of rest causes many symptoms. So, we start snapping at our family, at our children, we become moody, and we become so keyed up that even if we want to rest, we have thousands of thoughts going on in our mind. We are unable to rest and sleep, and we become super sensitive. So, your partner gets bewildered. How come a small thing is irritating you so much, right? So it is because you haven't had time to process it. Your mind hasn't had time to process all the old backlog, which primarily happens during rest and sleep. So nervous headaches, nervous stomach, right? That your body, that your stomach is not able to digest even the simplest of foods, stiff body, palpitations, pains, all these are symptoms of lack of rest. Sleep is one of the greatest of nerve force builders. So we need to give our body enough sleep. Illness needs do nothing approach. Actually, when we are ill, the body knows it, and the body needs time and space to do its job. Constant interference by feeding food, by doing this or that, or popping this pill or that, running to this diagnostic or that, is not really helping, because when the body is ill, automatically it has indicated to you that you need to slow down. Tiredness, laziness, lack of energy to do things, disinterest to do your daily activities, all this already shows that the body is lacking vitality. And this needs a do nothing approach. That means just take plenty of rest, a little bit of fasting, shifting to simple foods, connecting to nature, and the rest the body will do. So, this means it needs rest at all three levels: physical rest, physiological rest, and psychological rest. So, what could be the reasons for inability to relax? Today, all of us may have luxurious homes. We have the best of the internal environment. We have cozy beds, the latest mattress, right? The right temperatures and everything. But still, we are not able to sleep. Actually, I was quite surprised to see that there are a lot of sleep clinics which have come up, right? So people are now going to clinics to try to get their daily quota of sleep, because it over time it becomes very distressing. So the reasons, just like everything else in life, is within us. It is because of the constant stimulation. So the stimulation can come from alcohol, it can come from smoking, it can come from caffeine, it can come from entertainment, constant entertainment, on demand entertainment, binge watching through our mobiles, or this perfectionist mindset, A type personality. So all these things are stimulants. So the body is like racing against time. So it's a fast paced life. We feel that we have to measure up to somebody's standards, and we have to keep up, though it may not really be us. And then added to that is indoor living. So as I already explained, spending most of our time indoors, not exposing ourselves to natural light and temperature, the body is totally confused. When is day, when is night, when is evening? How can it set its internal clock? And added to that, we are constantly overthinking about many things, regrets of the past, and then anxieties of the future. So we are not living in the present. We are not enjoying our present moment. We are not enjoying the gifts which we have with us today. And then gut troubles. So if there is a problem with your gut, it is going to keep you awake at night. So rumbling noises in the tummy, pain, acidity, bloating, which causes headaches, body pains, backaches, all these kind of things. So illness means that the doctor within is indicating the need of rest and asking you to relax. So many people are also fixated about how many hours I should sleep. So usually it is said that you have to sleep for 8 hours. If you sleep less than that, then there is a problem with you. So that also becomes a cause for stress, right? But actually the real thing is that we have to listen to the body. The body will tell you how much sleep it needs. So if you are somebody who's on a high raw diet, who is eating a high raw plant-based diet, who is younger and who doesn't have too much activity in the day, and also depending on the seasons, the quota of sleep will vary. So just allow the body to lead the way. You don't really have to stress about how much sleep you are getting. The quality of sleep also depends on how much sleep you will need. So deep sleep, a good let's say 4 to 5 hours of deep sleep, in my experience, is more than enough in a day. Also, if you meditate, the need for sleep further goes down. So what are the ways in which you can take breaks on a busy day? So you may say, okay, all this is fine in theory, but I have a busy day. I have kids to look after. I have elders to look after at home and a busy home life and office life. So where can I find those pockets of time on a daily basis in which I can take breaks? So one way is progressive muscle relaxation. I'm sure some of you know about this. This is like auto suggestion. So you just sit quietly, and actually we hold tension in our body, especially the jaw muscles, the neck, the shoulders. There is a lot of stiffness around these areas. So if we just sit quietly, especially before our bedtime or any time of the day, and then we gently command these parts of our body to relax and let go, relax and let go. The cells of our body are always listening to us, and they will relax, and you will see that you will be able to slip into sleep better. Another way is palming. Palming is a way to relax the nervous system through the eyes. Our eyes are constantly visually stimulated, right? Because we are watching media, digital media all the time. So, through the practice of palming, we can relax our overheated optic nerve and the entire nervous system, the sensory overload, by this simple practice. So basically, you have to generate heat in your palms by rubbing it together and then place it on your eyes without pressing your eyeballs, and adjust the position of your eyes so that no light gets in. There is total darkness, and then relax in this darkness. You can think of some happy thoughts, put on some music, and minimum is 6 minutes. So at least minimum 6 minutes, relax and enjoy this deep silence and darkness, and you will see that your entire system starts relaxing, and you will be able to enjoy good sleep. Especially teach this to your children, because they are also spending a lot of time on their laptops. If you make it a practice to do this every night before they sleep, they will also enjoy good sleep, and also it helps to improve eyesight. Then is journaling. I'm sure you know about this. So journaling is writing down all your thoughts which are crammed up in your head, giving them space on a book and letting it go. Then connection to nature is obvious. The more we connect to nature, the more we see greenery, we watch the birds, the bees, we really sense what is our place in this whole creation, who we are, and it helps us to remove the burden of our continued thoughts. Then hobbies. At any age, we can pick up hobbies. So hobbies should be something which you love doing, should be non-competitive in nature preferably, and something which is easy to do and which gives you a lot of joy. Then meditation, of course, is another important way. So how much ever time you can do, whether it is 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, take some time every day to do meditation, right? So many of you are very much advanced here, very much senior here, so I'm sure you know the benefits and how much it improves your overall well-being. So this is all I had to cover today. So we covered solar therapy, hydrotherapy, and rest therapy. So there is also one more, which is basically grounding. That means that you need to keep your feet on the ground, allow your body to touch natural elements like stone or soil or grass. In that way, a lot of the negative energy of our body gets absorbed by Mother Earth, and we feel grounded, we feel calm, and it also reduces inflammation and many other problems in the body. So thank you for listening, and there are any questions?
Okay, well, when you were taking, there was one question on top which asked, during menstrual cycle, can we use an abdominal pack? I think so that is the question.
Yes, I think you can use it even during your menstrual cycle.
Okay. Shrutika Vignesh. Yeah.
Actually, we will share more information through pictures in the WhatsApp group today. So you will have a better idea of these, the pictures which I had used.
Yeah. Prashanti, do you have a question? Can you please unmute yourself?
Yeah, Asha. Actually, thanks for the wonderful session. So it was so informative. And actually, I have a doubt. So we also came to abroad this maybe a month ago. So here also we have winter. So if we want to, I can see sun is coming, but we should wear jackets and everything because it will be so chill. So we cannot simply go and fully with minimal clothes and all like that. So what is the way? And also I heard that we should go for sunbath maybe early in the morning or evening so that we don't feel the heat of the sun. But if I go in here during afternoon also, I don't feel the heat of the sun. So does it mean like I can go at any time with jackets on?
Actually, winter is a tough time in temperate zones. So go whenever it is convenient, when it is not too cold, you can go. But wear all your warm clothes, and at least some part of your body will be exposed. And take more sunlight during the summer and spring season. The body will shore up all this vitamin D to be. It will make up for the lack of sunlight in winter.
Okay. So generally, is there any timing I like for half an hour I need to take sunbath? Like, is there any recommended?
See, if there is good amount of sunlight, even 20 minutes is enough. But when you're already covering your body with so many clothes, and if you're dark skinned, then you need more exposure. I would say 30 to 45 minutes. So if you can walk briskly rather than just, in winter season in those countries, you can't just sit and take sunbath, you will freeze. So you will have to take a brisk walk around the block or jog or do something so that you also generate heat and you get good sunlight.
Okay. Yeah,
sure. So I was staying in the Netherlands for almost 7 years, and it's also a very cold and windy country. But I used to go out every single day, even during rain. I used to take my umbrella or wear proper clothes and go, because you will readily know. See, whole day if you're inside the home, you're going to get very moody. So if not sunlight, at least you will get fresh air. The air outdoors is of much better quality than indoor air, because the air outdoors is alive. It touches trees, it touches plants. So it has gathered the energy of nature. So you will get at least fresh air.
Okay, sure. And regarding the wet pack, right? We should there will be two clothes, right, in that wet pack. Like one is on the head, one is on the abdomen, right? So should it be on different?
Abdomen is mandatory. You have to put it on the abdomen. On the head, it is optional. If you are having a headache, you can put it. Otherwise, it's not necessary. And wet pack, you can put it and even lie down. So if you're just going to lie down and relax, then you don't have to put another cloth on top and do all that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. That's all.
There's a question. How do you do grounding in flats, especially for people in Mumbai?
I mean, I'm sure even if you're living in an apartment, you can find some park or some area around your apartment where there is grass, where there is mud, where there is natural stone. So you can go there, or even otherwise touching trees, touching plants, all that is also grounding. We have a good blog on grounding. I will send that to you. That has many more techniques. Do you want to add anything else, Mita?
Also, I think in case you are living in a flat which is just flat and there is no complex kind of situation, here also I think you can just take time on weekends to just visit places around your community where there are parks, and go there and then spend at least the weekend in amongst nature or on the ground.
Yeah, and really, I think this is very, very important for our teenagers, because today teenagers are spending so much time on devices, on studies, and they've kind of lost the connection. So please take them out, get them into the habit of some outdoor hobby, or go out as a family somewhere, or get them into some gardening, whatever it is, so that they get in touch with nature. Starting them early on these things will be much easier for you also, and you will see that their mood improves, their mood swings will reduce, and they will be able to deal with all their college stress and all that in a much better way.
Yeah, we'll have to start young.
Yeah.
Because when they are older, they don't listen.
Yeah.
Okay. So
somebody they will eventually learn, but then it may be the harder way.
Diseases will push them to learn.
Yeah.
So somebody says sit by the window of your house with minimum clothing the sun rays for cold places people.
Yeah, but then it will be cold even then, right? You'll have to open the window because the light has to fall on your skin without the glass in between. Yeah, see what you can do the best. Definitely the coldest part of winter is always tough, but your body will have enough reserves. And even the, like we were talking yesterday, the fruits are capturing the light of the sun, right? That's why, for example, in winter, nature is giving us oranges, right? The juicy oranges which have captured the light energy for so many months. So that is also one way in which you're getting sunlight. So rather than eating complex food to keep yourself warm in winter, it's better to eat fruits because you're getting solar energy through them.
I think we'll take the last question. I have a habit of wearing slippers inside the house. Is it fine, or is it, or it's good to walk barefoot?
I mean, if it's very cold, then obviously you will have to wear something. But if it's not cold and if it is just out of habit, And if you have natural stone like granite or marble or natural stone, something else, terracotta, for example, those kind of things, it's better to walk barefoot.
You can also wear a cotton socks if that helps.
Yeah, that's also a good idea.
Which is actually what I used to do, because in winters and if I walk barefoot at home, it tends to crack faster. So I usually apply some, I make moisturizer at home with some oils. So I just put it on my feet after my bath, and then I put a socks and I walk around in the day. So that way I'm still able to ground. Mine is still vitrified tiles. It is still not all these stones. It's not natural stones, but then yeah, I try to manage.
So that's why it's so important for us to preserve natural spaces around us, right? Like Parinita ji was saying, plant more trees. That's, it is so important for our own health, for the health of our future generation. What are we going to do with all the concrete apartments when there is no nature around us, right?
Okay. Thank you. If anybody else has a question, please raise your hands. Otherwise, I think we can wrap up the call.
Yeah.
Looks like
Thank you all for participating today. We will see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.